Good morning.
This meeting is being recorded.
Good morning, Daryl. Thank you for being here this morning. I appreciate it.
Oh, I'm always here to support and to learn. Thank you for sharing.
I love it. Man, you're here to learn. Man, I want to learn from you.
Share.
Give this a few minutes and hopefully we'll get some folks to come on in the room. This is all new to me, Daryl. This is my first time doing a Zoom meeting like this. So
Oh, okay.
just so you know, if it looks like I don't know what I'm doing, there you are.
No, not at all. Not at all. Did you go to that NC RIA meeting down at the firehouse where JP was giving his lecture at last week?
Firehouse? No, I missed that one. Did you go? Well, I guess you didn't go if you're asking me.
No, it's another RIA that I belong to, North Carolina RIA,
Mm-hmm.
NC RIA, and he spoke he was supposed to speak. I hadn't confirmed it. He was supposed to speak at Raleigh-Durham, Wilmington, and Charlotte. But I got so wrapped up and it's like, oh man. And when I realized that it was too late to get on the highway.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yep, I didn't make it. Do you know if it was recorded? Maybe it's something we can go back and watch.
Well, they did record. We had the guy from Connected Investors, Hamilton. Oh God, I can't remember his first name. The guy that created the company for Connected Investors, which is a platform similar to Jerry Norton's and so forth. And Bayou, who's a guy that lives up in Concord, he had started recording some of the meetings, but I don't know if they're on any particular web page. I haven't seen them on the NCREA web page, to be honest with you. So I don't know whether Bayou is just keeping those in his collection or whether they're putting them together to put them on a web page for like next year or what. But you know JP's spiel. You know, if you heard it once, you've heard it 1,000 times.
Right, right, right.
So
Ah,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, and the concept is not new, it's just got a different label on
Hmm. Hmm. I did go to a meeting. Do you ever go to the Keller Williams monthly meetings that they do down in Ballantyne?
it.
They have
At
investor meetings.
Caldwell Williams, no, who puts that on? Who's the
It's
host?
Keller Williams. It's the
Who's
real estate office, Keller Williams at Ballantyne.
There was one, what was the young lady's name? I don't know whether it was down in Ballantyne's or Matthews, but I've never been to any of theirs. How were their meeting?
You know, I've been to a couple, and I happened to go. I had a couple guys fly in from Kansas City partners. They're 27 years old, and when I tell you they are killing it in the wholesaling, rental, rehab game, they were fascinating to listen to, and truly they started. They worked for New Western initially, and
Yeah, the infamous
basically
New
learned the
Western.
ropes there, and then stepped out on their own. I'm sorry.
I said the infamous New Western.
Yeah, yeah. They worked there for 2 years and they were, I think, 23 and 24 when they got started, and they're 27 now, and 300 rental properties and going strong, and have got their own. I mean, just so many doors are opening for them. It was just fascinating to watch these two young men step out boldly, and coming and doing all the things, right? It was amazing to listen to, and they had a little meet and greet afterwards at a brewery there close by, so I got to talk to them and truly just taking all the steps. I mean, they were fascinating to listen to.
Yeah, that's awesome that they got in at the right time. You know, uh, I mean, you see with me, my whole thing, my early years was on the back of horses, on the back of a bull, and
I
then
see your horse there. Yeah.
yeah, so, my young years wasn't thinking about real estate as the saying goes. I was running up and down the East Coast from upstate New York all the way down to South Jersey, Pennsylvania, on the back of a horse or on the back of a bull and just partying and just cowboying up, and then getting married and having kids. Then I had to get serious with life. So they
Yeah.
started a good time. I'm proud of them for
That's
them to be able
awesome. That's awesome. Well, Daryl, I
to.
hate to cut you off, but it is
Yes,
nine
ma'am.
o'clock and I don't want to waste anyone's time here listening to me and you jabberjaw on and on. I do want to thank you all that's showed up this morning at 9 o'clock here. I am so excited that you've chosen to be here. I promise I'm not going to keep you long. I've got about maybe 20 minutes of a little talk here about overcoming the top 3 reasons I get from people why they don't want to invest in real estate, or why they're fearful of getting started, I guess is a better way to say it. They said, tell me they're interested, and then they go into the top 3 main reasons, which is why you all showed up here today, right? I pray that you stick around to the end. I do have an offer for you all that I'll present, and I do have some freebies that I'll email you out as well. So stick around and so you can hear that. Just to tell you a few little couple minutes about me. Many of you know that I was a flight attendant for 31 years. So can you do real estate investing and have a W-2 job at the same time? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. It does not have to be a full-time gig, especially when you're getting started. I began my real estate investing career back in the early 2000s. I was buying HUD foreclosures at the time. I was investing in those and rehabbing and renting those. I also property managed for 5 years until I learned the value of a property manager company. And just to give you the quick little story on that, I was truly, like I said, I was a flight attendant and I'm on a layover somewhere in the country, and I get a phone call about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and my renter says to me, Sherry, a drunk driver just drove into the living room. I'm sorry, what? I said, well, is the police there yet? I said, do you mind if can you pass the phone to one of the police officers there? She said, I didn't call the police, I called you. Okay, I need a property manager, right? I'm not going to be able to do this being all across the country here, but I was grateful to have that experience because now I know what a property manager really does and what they bring to the table. So I got my properties all up under a property manager after that experience and was grateful for them. When I started investing in real estate, my goal at the time was to make my airline job an option. I wanted to be able to retire from that job and be able to do real estate investing full time or do whatever I wanted to do full time. That was my true goal, and to pay off my debts, that sort of thing. We all know what it's like when we get started in life. You just reach a point there that you just start paying for things you can't afford. And I realized, okay, I need to start paying these off. And I thought real estate would be a great way to go ahead and do that. So one of the main things I did to get started in my career was I started going to RIA meetings. If you follow me on Facebook or any social media, you see that I post pictures a lot of me being in the rooms and going to the meetings. And I want to encourage you to do that if this is an area that you think you want to be involved in which you're here today. So I'm led to believe that this is something that you want to do, right? RIA meetings are Real Estate Investor Association meetings, and I guarantee you there's several meetings a month in whatever city you're in because these meetings are nationwide. Find these meetings near you and get in these rooms and find these full-time investors. There's many of us that truly have an abundance mindset. We get real excited about teaching you and wanting you to be in the game as well. I get just as excited about your win as I get about mine. I want you to call me if you have any questions. I want to be able to help you. I'm sorry, there's somebody trying to get in. Here we go. But find those RIA meetings and get in the room. Get in the room, get in the rooms. once again. I'm learning how to let people in the rooms, y'all, just to let you know what's happening. But I do wanted you to take a minute to think about why you decided to show up today. If you've not ever done any real estate investing, I see a few of you on here, and I know that you're already involved in real estate investing, and I thank you for showing up for me today. I really appreciate it. But this is something that you've never done. I want you to think about your why. Why do you want to start real estate investing? I know that there's folks that get into it just like I did. I wanted to pay off debt. Maybe you've got college loans you want to pay off, or maybe you've got kids that are on their way to college or grandkids that are on their way to college, and you want to be able to assist them with that financial burden there. Or maybe you've got grandchildren either here or you're excited about that they're on the way someday soon, right? And you want to begin that journey to generational wealth. Maybe that's your why. But your why is very important, because your why is what's going to push you through when you reach that point where you've got questions and you don't know and you think you want to quit, and you got to remember, well, you know what? I'm doing this for my kids. I'm doing this for my grandkids. I'm doing this. This is how I'm choosing to get out of this debt I'm in. Your why is very important. So that's truly, I'll just go ahead and give you your first homework assignment, right? Figure out your why and know it, and know it, know it, know it. Now I'll go ahead and go very quickly through these top 3 reasons people tell me that they're not already into real estate investing. They want to know, where's the money? I don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars laying around to do this. And do you need that? No, you don't. I don't have a great credit score. Do you really need a great credit score? No. If you have a great credit score, there are more options open to you, but is it absolutely necessary to get started? No, it's not. It is absolutely not. There's a variety of financing methods here, and part of my offer to you is a training class that I'll tell you about at the end of this little spiel here that I've created for you. I've created an 8-week real estate investor training. And in these 8 weeks, I'm going to go through it and we're going to talk about where's the money. What are the creative financing ways that you can get involved? And if you've got a great credit score, these are the different ways you can get involved. And if you don't, these are the ways you can still get started. So don't let the money hold you back, because y'all, I'm telling you, the money is out there. Private money is a huge way to get started. Private money is simply using other people's money. I don't know if you've ever heard that. If you've heard those initials together before, OPM, people's money, excuse me, other people's money, y'all, that's real. That's real. You really can use other people's money to invest in real estate for you. And we'll go over that. The second reason that people tell me that they don't get involved in real estate investing, well, I don't have the time. Well, if you want to do anything, you're going to make the time, you're going to take the time, right? Right? How much time does it really take? Anywhere, a seasoned investor can rehab and rent a property or rehab and flip a property anywhere from 2 to 4 months, maybe 6 months. Your first project you're getting started with, go ahead and know that it's going to take you potentially 3 to 9 months. And the difference is going to be your level of involvement. How much you want to be involved in the day-to-day workings of your property. Whether you want to hire a general contractor or not. Do you need to hire a general contractor? That all depends on the condition of the house that you find. And we'll go over all these things in my 8-week class that I'm talking to you about today. But the last thing is the biggest step, y'all, overcoming fear. Fear is the thing that holds us back, right? We've all heard the acronym, or maybe you haven't, but fear is false evidence appearing real, right? And a lot of times fear is simply the fear of the unknown. And that's why I want you to join me. And I'm excited that you'll be there for the 8 weeks. And I'm going to teach you. I want to show you the steps. I want to show you the process that I've taken several times and how I found my properties, how I financed my properties, how I went about fixing and rehabbing my properties, and what my exit strategies were, and why I chose to rent these properties, and why I chose to flip these properties. There's all these different reasons and different ways you can go about this. And truly, I want to help you figure out which way is going to work for you. I'm excited for you to get started. And I'm excited to tell you that the program that I have for you, once again, it's what I've built is 8 weeks long. And what it is, it's 4 weeks of instruction mixed in with 4 weeks of a question and answer period, and with a guest speaker I'll bring in. I'll be bringing in, like the week that we talk about financing and funding and where's the money, our guest speaker will be a mortgage broker. Our guest speakers, we'll have seasoned investors in the room that we can ask questions to about, well, how did you go about financing your deals? What different ways have you used? And you can play 20 questions with these folks. It's a great way to just have yourself available and open to someone who has the knowledge and wants to share with you. When I tell you there are abundance-minded people out there that want to help you get started, I promise you they're there. They're there. They are so excited to help you. The week that we talk about finding your deals, once you start getting into the RIA meetings, once you start going into the rooms and you start meeting your wholesalers, or maybe you decide to be a wholesaler yourself, maybe that's your involvement. Wholesalers are the ones who step out and go find and do the marketing and find the distressed sellers for you. And they get paid along the way as well, but they don't do anything as far as the rehabs are concerned. The wholesalers don't do any of that. And maybe that's how you want to be involved. And that's great if that's what you want to do, because they make money too. But the way I want to be involved with you is if this is something that's new to you, or maybe it's not too new to you, but if you just want to jump in and join and be a part of it, I'd be excited for you to be there. Once again, it's 8 weeks long, 4 weeks of instruction, 4 weeks of Q&A sessions with seasoned folks, with professionals that are here to help and want to answer your questions and know how to help you get started. And I know probably what's going through your minds is, all right, Sherry, what's this going to cost, right? Now, I can tell you, when I started talking about doing this with my real estate coach, we just kind of did a little quick Google search of what does it cost to take a real estate investor training class, right? What does this really cost? And most of these are thousands of dollars, right? And sure enough, very quickly, my real estate coach said to me, he said, Sherry, he said, we'll charge this many thousands of dollars and we'll go and we'll have all this and this together in place for them. And I just kept shaking my head. At the time, I just kind of sort of looked and thought, well, okay, we'll see. And then I realized, y'all, truth be told, this will be different. I'm not trying to do what everybody else is doing. I don't want to be like everybody else, right? I don't want you to pay thousands of dollars to be in a class for 8 weeks and then wonder if you'll ever do anything with it, right? And so, sorry, I was trying to see what's happening there. Okay. But for the price of this class for 8 weeks, it's $397, just under $400, right? And at the end of the class, if you have questions, if you have any area that you think, I just can't do this anymore, I will encourage you along the way to call me at any time, text me at any time. Everything is figure outable, y'all. Everything is figure outable. I promise you. When you decide to let go of fear and decide to seek answers, answers will move your fear aside. Will you need to pivot from time to time? Yes. Does every house have its challenges? Oh, yes, it does. Does it go perfect? No, it doesn't. And that's okay. But that's just life, right? That's just how it is. Do things get left out of the budget from time to time? Yes, they do. Because sometimes you can't see different things that need to be taken care of along the way till you get professionals in the room. And that's okay. I'll show you how to add that into your budget for those little things that pop up. I'll show you all those different things. I'm excited that you showed up today. I appreciate you taking the time to be here. I thank you so much. I want you to have any questions you've got. If you want to put any questions in the chat, or if you want to unmute yourself and just talk, that's fine too. But the offer I have for you is I have a little recap that I want to send you to your email address. But obviously, some of you, I have your email addresses and some of you I don't. But if you're interested in receiving it, I want to encourage you to put your email address in the chat, and I'll definitely get that to you here soon. So as far as what day this is going to be starting, we're going to start this 8-week class here sometime here in September. And I don't have a specific date for you because truly I am looking at doing this 1 or 2 days a week. So if there's a day that would work best for you, put that in the chat as well. And we'll just figure out what 2 days a week we can do this. And you can just show up to whichever meeting you would like, okay? I'm trying to make this as easy as possible for you to get started. If this is an area that you think you really want to be a part of, I encourage you in the meantime to go out and do some research on the RIA meetings in the area near you. I also want to let you know that in that email I will send you, there's a book I would love for you to listen to, right, about overcoming fear and where fear comes from and that sort of thing. If you're familiar with Napoleon Hill, I will send you a copy of that book that you can listen to and help you overcome your fear. And whether that fear is with real estate investing or if that fear is with any part of your life, I believe the book is around 5 hours long. Listen to a chapter or two a day here and there. It'll take you about 15-20 minutes maybe to listen to a chapter, but I'm giving you homework already, right, y'all? Right. But with your email addresses, I'll send that book to you. I'll send you a little recap here of what we've gone over about overcoming the top 3 reasons, people don't get started with their real estate investing career. Thank you again for everybody showing up today. It means the world to me that you took these few minutes to be here with me. I appreciate y'all so very much. And I'll stop talking at this point and just see. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody have anything? I'm happy to answer any questions for you.
Hi, Sherry. Can you hear me?
Hi, Ty. How are you? Yes, sir.
I'm doing well. First of all, I'm just super excited for you and excited for the journey that everyone on this call will be going on. I think it is a fantastic thing to educate folks who are looking to go down this path, and going down it by yourself is a lonely path. Just for a slight introduction, I have been in real estate for probably about 5 years now. And have 4 rental properties under my belt. I've done 1 flip and had a mentor along the way. But even I want to take this course, right, to continue to educate myself and get things going. I would say overcoming that first purchase is a big step. And having someone like Sherry in your corner, and if you know Sherry, she's just awesome to communicate with and talk with. And so I'm excited potentially about going through this course with you again, Sherry, and having the exposure to all things real estate locally here. So thank you for inviting me to this.
Thank you, Ty. I appreciate that singing endorsement. Thank you. I appreciate it so very much. Part of the emails that I will send you is if you've been friends of mine recently, like I said, if you follow me on Facebook, I put myself in the rooms where the people are talking about it. I find ways to educate myself. Every week I'm trying to be somewhere in a meeting and learn something new. So I want to share all of that with y'all. And if you're local here in the Charlotte area, you guys, honest to goodness, if any of these meetings, I'll email you out, and just if you want to meet me there, I will be excited to meet you there. Don't feel like you have to do this alone, right? And during the class, once we figure out where everybody is from, maybe some of you are all in the same city and you can all meet up and go together. Like Ty said, you don't have to do this alone. Anyone else have any questions?
Hi, Miss Sherry.
Hi,
Can you hear me?
I can, because
Okay. I wanted to say thank you for doing this. I am currently in the process of analyzing my first flip. So yeah, it's been quite a journey to get it here, to kind of just push past some of that fear. But I definitely wanted to say thank you, because this is something that I've been looking for. And I didn't know where to find it. So thank you for doing this.
Yay, yay. Because do you mind if I ask you a few questions while we're here together?
Of course, go ahead.
First of all, where do you live?
I am in Beaufort, South Carolina.
All right. And now is the house you're looking at, is it local to you or is it somewhere else?
It's about a 30-minute drive from where I live.
Okay. That's considered local. That's considered local. You can get there. What we'll do after the call this morning is I'll tell you what, I'm going to give all of you guys, I'm just going to put my phone number here in the chat right now. And I encourage you to call or text me anytime. When I tell you I'm willing to help you, y'all, I mean it. I mean it. I'm willing to help. And what we'll do, because if you'd like, if you have time, we'll go over the numbers. We'll figure out what you've got there. I'm excited for you. That's fun. That's fun.
Thank you. I really appreciate you.
Yes, certainly, certainly, certainly. Can I just ask you, are you familiar with what lipstick or cosmetic flip is, or do you
Yes.
want to tear down walls?
Um, I would love to tear down walls, but I don't think I have the budget to tear down walls. So it looks like it's going to be a cosmetic. Mainly the bathrooms need to be updated. And then a splash of paint, but I think that's all that I'll do.
That's super exciting because full disclosure, that's how I got started. My mentor that I got started with back in the early 2000s there was a young man named Carl Gamble. At the time, he was a captain with the airline, and we sat around a table one night having dinner with the whole crew, and we just got to talking real estate. And he was the one who helped me buy HUD foreclosures. That's how I got started. And he offered to take me around and show me all these different houses. And if you've been out there looking, y'all, you find these houses in all kinds of disarray and crazy madness. And I told him, I said, look, my first one, I'm looking for carpet and paint, and I might want to buy a refrigerator, right? But I got my feet wet. I got started, and truly I was doing it on my own. But I can tell, and that was very hard. Just like Ty was saying, that takes a different level of chutzpah, I guess, if that's the right word. You've really got to be, but I was in those rooms with those RIA meetings. I was in those rooms where I had full-time investors' phone numbers in my pockets. When I had 14 questions, I had somebody I could call. And another way to do this, you guys, just so you know, is you can partner up with people. My very first flip I did that with a partner, and she and I worked very well together and got to enjoy a nice check at closing, and honest to goodness. So don't feel like you have to do it alone. There are ways to do this with other people, with other people's money, and utilizing all the different resources that's out there. And that's what I want to show you in these 8 weeks. And with your email addresses there, you guys, honestly, I'll send you out the days we can get started. And once I get that nailed down for sure, and we'll talk to different guest speakers and ask lots of questions. There'll be, am I the know-all, end-all of all this? No, I'm not. Do I get really excited about real estate investing? Yes, I do. And do you need to be a real estate agent to invest? Y'all know you don't. You don't have to be a real estate agent to invest. Does it help to know an investor-friendly real estate agent? Yes, it does. It does help. So that's another reason to go to your RIA meetings, you guys, your Real Estate Investor Association meetings, because there are real estate agents in the rooms that want to help you succeed as well. Anyone else have any questions?
Make sure, if I may, this is Daryl. Also, too, you'll find your connections as far as your realtors, your contractors. We have some very good contractors in our meetings as well. And you can come to a meeting and run some ideas by them and brainstorm and leave out of there with solutions you never thought possible.
That's so true, y'all. Daryl is local here to Charlotte. And Daryl, how long have you been investing in real estate?
Tell my age. I've been a real estate broker since the 90s, not only in New York, but Texas as well, and a mortgage broker in both states too. So it's been a couple of years.
Outstanding. Will you be at the investor meeting Tuesday night?
Yes.
The beginning, y'all, if you're local in Charlotte, there's a beginning investor meeting. And y'all, even though I'm not a beginner, I try to make some of these meetings as well, because even when you're in the rooms and folks are asking questions, there's always an opportunity to learn. And I believe the first Tuesday night is when the Charlotte RIA does their beginners investor meeting. And you're usually there, I think, right, Daryl?
Yes, I happen to attend every once in a while and sit at the big desk in the front. Yes, I'd be happy to see anyone that's local and to brainstorm some ideas that, and Miss Sherry has a lot to offer, and y'all jump in on this.
Thank you, Daryl. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. It's exciting. It's exciting to be in the rooms, y'all. It's exciting to hear the conversations. I want to teach you the lingo. I want you to know it when you meet a wholesaler and they ask you what your buy box is. I don't want you to be standing there looking crazy like, I need a box. What's y'all? Your buy box is simply, what are you looking for, right? Your buy box, all they're asking for you is, what are you looking for? Multifamily? Are you looking for a duplex or a triplex? Your buy box is simply, how can that wholesaler asking, how can they help you? Are you looking for a single family home? Are you looking for, when they ask me what my buy box is, I generally say 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 15 to 1,800 square feet, because that's the rental properties that I like to have in my portfolio there. But I also tell them, if you get whatever you get, send it to me. And once you get on wholesalers lists, they will begin emailing you. They'll begin texting you when they get houses. And that's a fun way to start doing your numbers. That's a fun way to start getting in these houses to see what they look like, right? Just getting your feet wet is a big part of getting started, learning the lingo, getting in the rooms, hearing the languages, taking some notes, y'all, making some contacts, meeting general contractors if you want to use a general contractor. Y'all, they're there at these RIA meetings, right? I encourage you this weekend, even while you're having your picnic time and your fun time with your family for the holiday, you guys, maybe throw in a little sentence here or there about, y'all know anybody that does real estate investing or has rental properties? You might be surprised who pops up and says, well, your auntie or uncle so-and-so does this. And maybe you knew, maybe you didn't, right? Or does anybody in the family, who does? You start thinking about who the contractors you already know, right? Here, I go giving you homework. I want you to go ahead and start getting your list together, right? Get your list together of contractors, or find you a general contractor if you don't want to be involved with any of that. Go ahead and start asking your family. Y'all know, do we have any general contractors in our family, or has anybody ever used a general contractor there? But we'll talk about all that in the 8-week class, you guys. I am so excited you came. Is there anybody else that has any questions? If there's no other questions, you guys, we're done here this morning. I appreciate it. I love you all for showing up. I am excited that you are here and making a decision to get started in your real estate investing journey. Start creating a portfolio for you so you can enjoy the tax write-offs. You can start enjoying the positive cash flow of rental properties, rental real estate, or even if you just want to be a wholesaler and get paid and not do any of that. You guys, honestly, there's so many different ways you can get started. Don't be afraid. If you want to have some fun, ask Google how many times fear is in the Bible. Ask how many times fear not is in the Bible. Fear is simply not from our God, from our one true living God, you guys, honest to goodness. And for those of you that put your email in the chat, I thank you. And I will send you that a book you can listen to. It's on YouTube, so it's free. There's no charges in it, whatnot. But if you're ready to overcome fears, and like I said, fears, whether it has to do with real estate investing or any other area in your life, truly, this listening to this book will help you see things a little bit clearer. And I'm excited for you. And I'll send you a recap of this, and I'll send out the dates that we'll get started there as well. You guys, thank y'all for coming. I appreciate you so very much, and have a wonderful weekend. Have a great weekend, everybody. Have fun. Be safe out there. I love y'all.